My name is Sebastian Horn. I'm a senior researcher at the University of Zurich and also an adjunct researcher at the Max Planck Institute for Human Development in Berlin. I have a background in experimental cognitive psychology and also apply mathematical formal modeling tools in my research to get a better insight into the influences underlying the behavior. In my research, I'm mainly interested in the interplay between memory and decision-making from a lifespan perspective, examining children, younger and older adults. So, for example, in simple value-based judgments, when we have to decide whether something is good or bad, whether something is perceived as a gain or a loss, we often have to rely on our experience and our memory, which suggests that often memory and decision-making is closely intertwined. For instance, in one stream of research, we looked at simple memory-based judgments in children and adults, and we looked how they use their recognition memory as a simple cue in judgment. Recognition memory is an interesting case because often what we recognize, what we discriminate as old versus new, it systematically reflects our environment. So, for instance, larger cities, more successful companies, stocks, and sports teams tend to be recognized more frequently. And so this suggests that when we compare objects, we can use this information as a cue systematically. There's a lot of research on this in students and younger adults, but we know little about the strategic use of our memory in school-age children. So we investigated the use of a simple strategy, a simple heuristic, the so-called recognition heuristic, and whether children use that systematically already. And what we found was that already school-age children systematically use recognition memory as a cue in their judgments. So they rely on what they know and what they don't know. But what was also important is we found that children have more problems than adolescents or adults in realizing when these simple rules of thumb or strategies are good versus bad. So this implies that even these simple heuristics or rules of thumb must be learned with time. And it might be also important for educational settings to realize that we have to learn even these type of simple rules.